Hello guys, this is the one and only Anselm, and today I am bringing you some Warthunder. Now, this is the 1.31 patch update news. I'm going to try to give it all to you, all the stuff that actually matters to you. So first off, I'm going to talk about big changes they've made to the game in general. Now, one of the main things that they're really pushing is Squadrons. Now, the feature's not available yet. It's going to be available 2 days after the patch releases. So, if you're watching this 2 days after the patch was released, how are Squadrons? I have no idea. If you inquired about them on the forums, you could get a well, you could make a squadron, but that's the only way. One thing I don't like about them, though, they're really cool and all. They'll let you go in tournaments with your friends. They let you team up with your friends much easier. But they're 2,500 golden eagles. Now, to put that in perspective, that's $14 in the US. I'm not sure what it'll be where you are, but $14 just to be organized with your friends. See, you can do that, or you can just use the in-game friend thing, which I like. I think it works great. But I don't know, maybe this will allow you to fly in a squad of more than like 4 people. I don't really know. So on to the planes and what they've changed, that sort of thing. Now overall, and this is going to be great news for a lot of you, they have made the American planes much better. Much better. They've just been very underpowered, especially these later tiers. But look at this. They all have these 50 cals. P-47, the Mustang, the Sabre even has it, but the Sabre, they're all nose mounted. It gets away with it. But the Corsair, all 50 mil, all 50 cals. It's just not strong enough. But they have made them a much more viable option. I would go check them out if you haven't already. And one thing I'm sure a lot of you are wanting to see is this right here, this XP55 Ascender. And what they did with it really made me angry. It frustrated me. Not angry, but just frustrated me. See, I was expecting them to put it in as a normal plane around here, a little past tier 13, maybe 15, to give you something to look forward to for the Sabre. But they didn't. That's fine though. They put it tier 8 premium, and the price point is absolutely ridiculous. We have 3,900 golden eagles. Now to put that in perspective, you're gonna have to buy $25 worth of golden eagles. Now what else can you get for $25 worth of golden eagles? Well, you can get premium for 3 months. Why wouldn't you do that? You can get one plane, which really is just appealing to people because look at the thing. It's awesome. Looks awesome. So you can get a plane that you'll probably like for, let's say, a week at the most. Or you can get premium, which will benefit you in this game for 3 months. That's a no-brainer. I don't see why they bumped the price up that high. But anyway, let's get on to the 2 normal planes they've added. They've added the P-36A Hawk. This is a level 2, very similar to the Buffalo, except it is slightly faster. Well, it's actually a good deal faster, about 60 kilometers, but not near as good turn time. And see, that's where it loses. Same armament, everything like that. Now the P-36C, this thing is kind of interesting. It has 3 50 cals and it has one 50 cal and 3 7.62 millimeters. Now that's much better than the tier 2 one, but that's at tier 3 as an example, just showing you what it will be going up against. Things like this right here, much better turn time on that. I mean, it'll be going up against things like the BO, because it will be put into matchmaking with the BO. and that thing will tear it to shreds with the 2 cannons. And it's really the story of what War Thunder's been. Like, the German cannons tearing through American planes whose 12 millimeters just don't cut it. But once again, they have fixed that. Hopefully. Oh, and there's one more plane, the XP-50. It's also a premium plane without a ridiculous price point though. See this one right here? It looks very, very cool. I think almost as cool as the XP-55. It has 2 cannons, 4 guns in total, and 50 cals, but it also supplements that with 2 20s. Now, the XP-55 also has 2 20s and 2 50 cals. Now, it's a boom and zoom aircraft, from what I can tell. Bad turn time, good max speed. Kind of like the P-47. One thing, though, that the XP-55 Ascender has over this Thunderbolt are these 2 cannons. And they're nose mounted, which makes it better all in all. Now, the final thing for the Americans, really the thing that's on every single country, I'll go ahead and show you it for all of them. You're going to have this thing right here. It's going to be a Tier 1 premium. You'll get one of them for free, and it's not randomly decided or anything like that. It's decided actually the first game you play, you get a free one for whatever country you play in. Now, I wouldn't recommend it for Britain because this thing absolutely looks horrible, as you can see right there when it popped up. And here's Japan's. I like their paint job. My favorite is Germany's, and that's why I went with it. It's got that nice clean black look. But we're done with America anyway. Let's move on to Germany. Now, really the main thing they've done here, they've done lots of little minor tweaks to ammo counts and top speeds and that sort of thing. Really the only noticeable thing is this, the Bf-109 G6. Now, if you have flown with this plane, it has 3 30mm, not 1. What happened to that? But if you see right here, in armaments, you can still get those 3 30mm, but you're going to have the R5 suspension mount. Now, the R5 suspension mount just happens to be 720,000 experience. Now, if you have trouble getting in a new engine or air resistance, that just takes a little bit. 260,000, no big deal. This is almost, well, yeah, it's almost 3 times air resistance. That'd be like getting air resistance 3 times, and it's 250,000 lines. That's a little bit ridiculous. Oh well. Same thing, this right here. To get the 30mm on this, you just have to buy it. But I'm sure it'll like slow it down or something. That's really all Germany's had changed, but as you can see, their tech tree is pretty full. Now Russia or Soviet Union, USSR, however you want to call them in this game, has actually had a lot changed. A lot of new aircraft, lots of things changed. So let's get started. Now in this first tier, you're going to see they have lowered the Yak 3's tier down from a tier 11 to a tier 10. That's nice for all you Yak 3 pilots out there. They've also added in the Yak 9P, 3 20mm, I believe, all in the nose. Let me check that real quick. Honestly, I haven't looked at this plane. Yes, it appears they're all in the nose, which is nice. Wish they would have addressed the Yak 9T, maybe switched it up with this Yak 9P. I would have been fine with that. They also added in the Yak 15P and the Yak 15. Yak 15, as you can see, nothing special. It's just a fighter aircraft. Nice clean look. Has 2 23s. Performs well from the stats, from the statistics. Yak 15P, it's almost identical to the Yak 15, except it only has 123. Now it's not good, but I'd fly this any day over the other because just look at that. That's awesome. It's awesome. That's all you can say about it. And wow. So they've added some more things also. They've added this MiG 315. It's a tier 4. Pretty good for tier 4. Kind of reminds me of the lag, except without that 20mm. And it's relatively fast. So that's really nothing special here. Lag 366. Now this is a... I don't like what they've done. I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. They've put in a tier 6 lag 3, pretty much. And when I say lag 3, I'm referring to this lag 3 because it is pretty much the exact same thing. I mean, look at the armament. They have the same stuff. Except this one, oh, you can get rockets. And it only goes 30 miles an hour slower. Or 30 kilometers per hour slower. So I'd take the lag 335 over this lag 366. I'd take tier 3 over the tier 6 variant of it. Now, something's wrong with that. I'm sure they'll get it worked out in the future. So the LA5FN, it's actually been moved down from a tier 11 to a tier 9. That's always nice. This LA7 has been moved down from a tier 14 to a tier 12. And this right here is another new plane. It's basically just another one like the LA's, that 20mm cannon, except this one has 3. Goes same speed, same turn time. Just got 3 20s. Besides that, really, they haven't changed anything else with these. Oh, the PE2, they added cockpit. No one cares. I don't see many people flying that around, really. British, sadly, they have not added anything for them. I can't really think of that many aircraft to add, though. Now, Japanese, they have tweaked some levels. I'll talk about that first, and then we'll get on to the new heavy fighters for them. They've changed around the KI-49s. Now, they all used to be tier 7, and for anyone who said, oh, that was fair, think. This has 6 7.7mm machine guns. This has 3 12s, a 20, and 2 7s. It's better in every way. Also, you know, carries the same bomb load. So, I mean, there's literally nothing better about this one than this one, and this has everything better about it than this one. There's no way they should be the same tier. They've also put this one up to tier 8. I think that's just kind of a midway point for them, since it is pretty much the same exact thing with a different paint job. This one, obviously, it's going to stay there. It's slightly better than the KF-49, that's about it. Other than that, they have added some heavy fighters that I've heard mixed reviews on. Been talking to people in games, trying to find out what they think of them. And this one right here, I saw a guy flying, he said it was decent. Now, from what I can tell, these are good bomber killers. They're meant to chase down bombers and kill them. And for a tier 4, this one has very good speed, very good turn time, especially for a heavy fighter at that, and decent armament with a 20mm and 2 12s. That's pretty decent. I'd take that for a tier 4. Now the tier 5, wow, once again, impressing. Has a 37 and a 20. That means, really, if this thing can get its nose pointed on you, and you don't try to get away from it, you're dead. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. As soon as it starts lighting you up, I mean, you're finished. So, wow, it must be getting a lot better. Oh wait, no, it goes backwards. That's kind of strange. They step it down to only 137, and the next one... Why? This doesn't make sense. Make this the tier 6. This the tier 5. Like, really, come on. Think through. Think through, Gaijin. And then you have this one back to a 20 and a 37. Now, I'll remind you, They all have the same type of speed. They're all exactly the same, except for the guns. Now this one and this one have the same exact 1-second burst mass. This one has a worse burst mass than the tier 4. Should this be the tier 4? This be the tier 5? This be the tier 6 and then 7? I don't know. It doesn't make much sense. I don't really know what they were thinking. I don't have problems with any of them. This one's going to be very good. Except this one. This one is out of place, I believe it, and maybe this one should be switched. I'm not really sure. But that's really all the main things they've done like that. As you can see, they've changed the hangar up. You are actually out on a runway now. That's nice to have. You can see the mountains in the distance. And being out on this runway kind of highlights their new shadow engine. They have these new shadows. It's something they've been talking about a lot. As you can see, they actually look much better than they did before. No, just a lot better. Helps with a lot of things. They've added such things as lens flare. They have a new debriefing panel. I'll show you guys that once we get out of the battle. They have better collisions. That's something I'm really excited about, because as you can see, I have my Yak 9T. This is basically when I feel like going easy mode and just sitting back, relaxing, and not worrying while I play with only one hand, because this thing's just a monster. I don't know why I haven't passed it yet. Makes me sad. But I've hit the ground, and this thing on the wings, I'll have it turning sideways. I'll have like someone will have hit my wing with like 320mm. It'll still be fine. Just black. I'll still be flying great. I may tilt down a little. I've hit the ground when I already had a black wing on the Yak 9T. I've hit the ground and bounced up and kept flying. What? Why? That's horrible. No one wants that in a game. No one wants one plane that can literally bounce off the ground and keep flying. But, oh well, they fixed that. Thank God. Now, they've added better fires, too. Like, I've seen this thing get lit up with incendiary rounds, catch on fire 2 and 3 times. Now, I'm using this thing as an example because everyone kind of knows it's impervious to bullets of all sorts. I've seen this thing caught on fire 2, 3, even 4 times and still be flying perfectly. Whereas, if the Zero gets caught on fire once, and I am fine with this, I'm fine with it. If the Zero gets caught on fire once, it is dead. It does not have a self-sealing fuel tank, and this is all very light. It's going to burn straight through it. You're dead. There's nothing you can do about that. That's how it was in real life. But I'm pretty sure this thing in real life could not get hit with multiple 20mm rounds on the wing and keep flying perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure it could not get caught on 2, 3, and 4 times and keep flying perfectly fine. That's something I'd like them to look into fixing. But beyond that, they have, like I said, not really tweaked too much with the gameplay. They've added some slight adjustments to the Americans to make them a little better, and some slight adjustments to the Germans to make them more historically accurate. So, what I'm gonna do, kind of show you guys off some gameplay, is I'm gonna fly in Mark Holden's CR-42. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. And then I'll be able to show you the last feature, one I really enjoy, kind of keeps the mood lively for Warthunder. It was kind of getting boring seeing it just same thing over and over and over. It was nice to get away from that, and hopefully you guys will be able to see that. Now I'm just gonna I might just try to get like 1 or 2 kills, and I'll land back on the airfield, and then go show you guys that last feature. Oh, whoa. There we go. Now there's that new P-36A Hawk, and as you can see, it's actually flying in some low tier games. I don't understand why they've done that, but it is a tier 2. I'm not gonna really complain that much. Matchmaking has, they say they haven't changed anything, but it seems a lot, and I mean a lot better. I hope they change something. I'd not be complaining, because I'm used to getting in my reserve planes trying to go get in a game and being tier 6 games. You guys saw that in the Russian reserves video. But yeah, this thing rolls like a champ. It's expected as a CR-42 Valco. And that's all this thing is. None of these tier 1s are like, tier 1 premiums are like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. They're all just normal tier 1s that have premium status added to them. Oh, is shooting at him, oh. Like 5 guys on him. I'm waiting for them to ram each other. No one seems to be able to hit him. And I'm being lit up by a teammate. Oh well. Okay, well, let's take him out. There we go. So we got 1 kill. I like the way this thing handles. It's pretty nice. Those 12s, I don't know, they almost feel more powerful than the 20s I have in my BF-109. Just the way they feel when they shoot. And once again, that roll really helps in combat. I just got rammed. And I'm fine. Other guy, not so much. Plane has been burnt away, credited for shot down General Mills. So, General Mills has been charged with ramming me. I'm good with that. Thank you. Thank you, guys. But time to go back to the hangar. You guys will see what is new. Here we go. This screen looks amazing compared to the old one. And I don't know why, but this is probably one of my favorite features of the update, of the 3 gig update. This screen would have been enough for me. Makes Warthunder feel like a new game to me. I don't know about you guys. You'll see like ribbons and medals and everything like that will actually pop up here. They look really nice. My premium bonus pops up there. Gives me a nice clear, clean view of my economic stats after, and shows a nice, once again, nice clear, clean view of everyone's scores. So that's really it, guys. This has been the one and only Anselm. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm out.